Well, howdy, and welcome once again to the Double M Farm. Part 5 of the pond build. If you go back and look at parts 1, 2, and 3, and 4, I guess, you'll see that it looks a whole lot different. A whole lot different. I believe in the opening credits of part 1, I'm standing right about here. And right there where you see all that water is a hole about 4 foot by 4 foot. And then you can't even see through there for all of the trees and the fence and everything. So all of that's gone. You can see all of that's cleaned out. The bridge is over there to get across the creek. We've developed a nice little waterfall. I don't know if it's showing up on camera very well, but it's worked out. Got a nice waterfall there. Got about 4 to 5 foot of water in the hole. And of course, when we dam it, it'll come on up deeper. But the Harbor Freight trencher, question the speed all you want on these towable trenchers, especially this one. The Harbor Freight is probably the slowest of all the towable trenchers. But please don't question the strength. Lord have mercy what I am digging. This hole, we're talking wet, heavy clay, and mixed in the wet, heavy clay. You may have been able to see some of it as I was digging there, but mixed in the wet, heavy clay is this kind of stuff. And I can't even pick that up. It's so heavy. So that's what we're digging in. And it has been quite an adventure. Now, I will say, even as slow as the Harbor Freight trencher is, I dug this hole in a day. What has taken the time, I haven't put up a video in a while of the pond because I was running the chainsaw cleaning this out, and I figured nobody wanted to watch an old man run a chainsaw. Everybody wants to watch the Harbor Freight trencher. So, dug this out quick. The problem is, if you've watched the other earlier videos, my plans were to back the little mini truck down in here and load it, and then haul the dirt off and dump it. Well, we have got so much water coming up out of the ground here. You can see right here, I had to dig a ditch to drain it into the creek. You can see right there all of the water just coming up out of the ground. So goes right on up that way. Just water, water, water. I can't even walk in it, much less drive the truck in it. See that? So that's what we're dealing with. And I was hoping that as I started digging that this would drain down and into the hole underground. But it's not. It's just bubbling up out of the ground. You can see how that's running right there. Water just running. And so it is staying so wet that I can't bring the tractor or the dump truck down here. So what does that mean? What that means is I'm having to dig the same dirt multiple times. Something we've probably, I don't know that I've ever talked about. If you've never run one of these, and this doesn't pertain to just the Harbor Freight trencher. This pertains to any towable trencher. When you're running these trenchers, I'm going to do this without the motor on. You noticed I didn't talk. I got hoarse last time trying to shout over the sound of the motor. When you're running this thing, it is designed to be a trencher, to dig a trench. And when you're digging a trench / ditch, you don't even think about the dirt. You dig, you pretty much line yourself up, you dig, you throw the dirt over to the side. Well, obviously here I'm not digging a ditch, I'm digging a hole. So then where do I put the dirt? As I'm digging, I have to be very cognizant of where I'm digging and how I'm sitting so that I always have a place to put the dirt. So what I've done here is I'm digging a series of ditches. I started out up there at the waterfall and dug a series of ditches side by side and kept throwing the dirt this way. Obviously couldn't throw the dirt that way. I'd be throwing it in the ditch I just dug. So I had to throw the dirt this way, which meant I was just redigging the same dirt along with the new dirt, throwing it over, until I reached the point that the pile got so big then, because it was too wet to get the dump truck in here, I had to back the trencher up and move that dirt over. Back the trencher up, move it over some more. That's what you just saw me doing. That big pile of dirt you just witnessed me move from there to there is the dirt that I have dug out so far, plus what's still here in front of me. So because of the fact that we can't get the dump truck in here, it's slowing down the progress because, again, I'm having to redig the same dirt to move it on out of the way. I will swing the backhoe around now and take this dirt and move it on over there. I'm building up a low area over there that's really deep. So I'm working the dirt that way. But again, that is slow. So when you're running this machine, if you're digging a hole, i.e. pond, what I do is I dug this next little ditch. Now I will go right beside it. And this outrigger here will basically be pretty much hanging off the edge into that ditch. And then I will start digging there and dig another ditch. Throw the dirt over here. And I've got to leave enough solid ground to be able to set the bucket on the ground to pick myself up and back myself up. If I dig too wide, then I can't maneuver backwards and I have no place to throw the dirt. So my rule of thumb is when I set this thing down up there to start digging again, dig the next little ditch beside that one, I will dig from the boom to the left and throw the dirt from the boom to the right. And I will dig back till I'm level with that. Then I will move that dirt over to the side, go forward, dig my next ditch. It sounds complicated, but once you start doing it, it's pretty simple. It doesn't really take that long. It's just longer than I had hoped because I had hoped to be able to just load the dump truck and move the dirt out of the way. But that's what you have to be, oh, sorry, knocked the camera off. That's what you have to be aware of when you're running one of these trenches is where am I going to put the dirt? And it's not that hard to do. Again, once I do it, then I just swing the backhoe around, lift it up, swing it over to where I can grab it. Like right now, I don't even have to move the backhoe frontwards and backwards. All I've got to do is pick it up, swing it this way, set it back down, scoop this dirt up, and dump it over as far as it'll go. Pick the backhoe up, swing it again, pick the dirt up. So it's not that it's hard to do. It's just taking a little extra time. And all of you who hate these machines are going to laugh at this and say, yeah, it's a waste of time. Go get you a track hoe. Well, yeah, if I had $50,000, I'd probably already have a track hoe. And I don't know, might would sink it in here. One thing about these, you can't sink, you can't stick them. I've had this thing, well, you can see the mud right there under the motor. I had the mud up almost to the motor. I was very careful not to let it sink any further than the motor. But that's how deep I had it, and it just crawls right through it. So you put that bucket in the ground and either push or pull, and it'll come on through it. But that's the next update. I guess this is part 5 of the farm pond build. Taking a little longer than I had wanted it to because of the fact that I'm having to move the dirt. But it's still working great. As I just said, I'll come right here now, position my machine right here about where I'm standing with the reach of the boom, and I will dig this ditch out, throwing the dirt over there, shift around, move that dirt out of my way, move over here, repeat the process. And shoot, by this afternoon, I'll have this dug all the way out to the existing part. My goal for the spring is to get this hole dug probably about to that drainage ditch I've got dug there, trying to drain that spring. And that will pretty much open up the part I've got cleared off here. Then I'm going to go around to the other side and start digging that out over there up to the road beside the pasture. So hopefully by summer, we're almost into spring, before summer's over, I'll have a nice big pond right here. And then that'll be phase 1, and then phase 2, I'll have to start logging again, and I won't bore you with any video of that, but I'll start logging again, cleaning out the next section for phase 2, and repeat the process. Is it slow and time-consuming? Yeah, but I'm old and retired, and my time is my own, and it's fun. And I've got with my improvements, $3,000 in the equipment. So there you have it, the latest update on Little Red, the Harbor Freight trencher, and the spring pond. And let's see if I can get over here without falling in and give you a better view of the spring. Oh, got a bullfrog in the pond already. No fish yet. Let's see if that's showing up on camera. There's the little waterfall. There's a rock there, and the little waterfall has just sort of developed on its own as I started digging. That gives you an idea of how strong the underground spring is. And then there's another one over there. I guess I got it on camera. I think I do. The water coming out of the ground. So that's the latest on the spring pond build here on the Double M Farm. I appreciate you visiting us. We'll talk to you again real soon.